Hello, fishes, and welcome back to Doki Literature Club. I am here with the boy of the hour, Rose.
Hello.
We're diving right back into the wonderful Literature Club. Again, apologize for ending at a weird time. I was supposed to end after the poem. I got distracted. So that's on me. So, we're going in today with this new and on time this time, hopefully. So, anyway, guess I get to start us off. Thanks for keeping your promise, Rose. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Hey, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Oh no, is that me? Swiftly defeated, Natsuki helps back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Rose always gives his best as long as he's having fun.
Oh, thank you.
He helps with the busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two, really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little... How come? You and Rose can become good friends too.
Sayori! As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into.
Oh, Yuri. Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Oh, wait, Sayori.
Me?
No, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
Yes, that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy, no matter what.
That's so?
Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
He reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
Didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Very thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that I'm sorry, I got so into it.
Just my line. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori, Monica, and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, waiting for. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. Plump down in the nearest. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? Well, I guess I could always read the book Yuri gave me. But I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica.
We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone that literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds so dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, no one will come in at the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative mind.
This? Sayori is taking this really seriously. Rare to hear celebrate.
Oh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! No.
But cupcakes are always good.
Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is, then. I'm hungry! Anyway, we still need to work the details of for the event itself.
Find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason to admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. Suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about it. Can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes.
Oh, big Sayori.
What? Open my eyes to find Sayori's. I nearly fell out of my chair.
Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club.
Sounds like a nice club. Does our school have a napping club?
You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it.
Don't say that so loud. Glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard.
It's true, though.
Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori.
It's what I do best.
That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you?
Not every day.
That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time?
It's a secret.
I knew it.
Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt.
I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you.
Eh?
Sayori glances around at herself.
How is it written all over me?
We're clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here.
Eh?
I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this.
My hair is just really hard to get right.
I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. There's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger.
But nobody would ever notice that.
Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that.
Hey, meanie.
And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet?
That's super mean.
Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind.
This is so funny.
What is?
Well, I was just thinking how weird it would be to have a friend who does these kinds of things.
Huh? Don't say that. Don't make me feel weird about it, stupid.
It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you?
I guess?
Hey, be careful. The button might come off.
Why is this one so hard to close? Struggle to fully close the button. Does this thing even fit you properly?
It did when I bought it.
Whoever buttoned it up, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about?
It means my boobs got bigger again. I forgot that line existed.
Bro. Don't say that out loud! Anyway. Look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that?
But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all.
Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more.
They don't want to have to change the PNG. They didn't want to draw a new PNG of buttoned up Sayori. Phew! That's so much better.
Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around.
So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right?
What kind of logic is that? How are you saying that like it's a good thing?
Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let me do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned.
Oh no, is this me?
Oh yeah, no, I told you. You'll see it. All four of these girls are you.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things.
Eh? I didn't even say anything embarrassing.
Jeez. Well, anyways, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier.
Only if you focus on going to bed early.
Fine, fine. Deal.
Because we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves.
Huh, I guess so. Yeah.
So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning.
doing it again, Sayori.
Aw, but I was joking that time.
Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes.
I mean, if you want to come into my room and wake me up, unless... I was joking. Unless... Okay, everyone.
Yeah? Monica suddenly calls out.
Why don't we share the poems we wrote now?
Yay!
That's mine! I'm Sayori! Get your own character! Yay! Rose, I can't wait to read yours!
Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
No, I totally forgot. Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Not a time to read about rats and rain.
Well, we don't actually get to read our poem.
I know. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never done really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself.
And what did you write your poem?
Big mice.
No, where? Well, what? What kind of paper?
Oh, what kind of paper? If it were me, a crumpled up piece of paper somewhere in the bottom of my backpack.
So, Sayori. Stand by my statement. Yeah, whose poem do you want to read first?
We'll start with Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort.
Hi, Rose. Having a good time so far?
Yeah?
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid of anything. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
Kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Rose. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayori would like.
That's so.
You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common.
Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different.
Well, that may be the case. But maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like you two are really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I'd like that kind of vibe. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem.
You sure you're not reading into it too much?
I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing is kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy could enjoy sad things too?
Yeah, that's totally unexpected.
Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Oh, that was yours. I'm sorry. I got really into it.
It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone might be a little different, a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
Sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Read it or you want?
These are the poems of the girls.
Yeah, but you're the one reading them.
Oh, I want you to read them to me.
Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor. Was it
noisy?
Noisy. Angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking in. And he, on the other side, was looking in.
Kinda creepy. But okay.
So, what'd you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular now. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today.
How
Thanks
deep.
for listening.
How very deep.
Yeah, whose poem now?
Mentioned Sayori, but I feel like we should save that one for the last.
Okay.
You want dark or cute?
This is your game.
Yeah, but you're the one reading.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna have to read them all eventually anyway.
That's true. Let's go Natsuki.
Goody, here comes the nasal voice.
Huh?
Very intense comment. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. Just didn't invoke any emotion.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes?
Do you want to get smacked?
Maybe. I'll pass.
Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it.
Very deep.
Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school is things that writing is to be all sophisticated and stuff. But people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things that can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, Yuri and, like I said, Sayori will be the last. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes more than enough time for her to finish.
Oh, so sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
I hate it when that happens.
It's fine. Oh.
It's fine. Don't force yourself.
Sorry. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah? Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it.
So it's that bad?
No. Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yuri buries her face. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes. I haven't really gotten anywhere. Might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right. There are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally... Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this club can give you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. Not sure if Yuri is apologizing to himself, to me, or to Natsu. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily. That's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining street light stood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue. I bathe, calm, breathing air out of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I. Oh, I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking about that at all.
But you took a long time to read.
Ah. I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really
It wasn't too short? You usually write longer poems.
not at all.
Oh, I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Sayori?
Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Rose.
Really?
It must have...
I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a... In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
A lot more solemn. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. It makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you. And last but not least, Sayori. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Rose.
Huh?
I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer.
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either.
Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. You sure you don't like it just because I wrote it?
Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Rose poem. That makes it feel extra special. Like, I can feel your
Aww.
feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. So weird, Sayori.
I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? Like I said before, Rose, deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to it then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right?
No.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm really bad at this. Did I read your line?
No.
Oh, okay.
We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Important.
Yes.
Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. Still tried my best.
Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. Came out nice. Or, how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made a toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Ah, yeah.
But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsu. Gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What is this language? Did you say something? Oh, no, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly got the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I don't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. Humph! If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Rose did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I do not expect to change it anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Rose liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Rose appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Rose started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that was a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys!
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing.
Rose. She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poem all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader and not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Rose. Wait, there's a reason that we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. There's only one way to convey the complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it is also a waste. You understand that, right, Rose? Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me.
Help! Who do you want to side with?
Oh, I'm sorry. My soul was bought by cupcakes. You know the option I gotta choose.
So, Sayori or Natsuki then?
Yes. We'll go with Natsuki this time.
But Sayori's...
Yuri? You're really talented.
Well...
But Natsuki has a point. I think that... Rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words be just as impressive as well. Let's the reader's imagination take over. Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that.
Yeah. I did. It did, didn't it? Aha! Shows how much you know. That's no.
Natsuki? I think that's enough.
Huh? Me? But she was mean to me. I'm the victim here.
Natsuki's voice was. Look. What we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing. And sharing it definitely hard. Looks like we learned that today. Small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki.
Ha!
Natsuki's voice caught and surprised.
Thanks for noticing.
Finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me detectively. Face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said. Don't need to feel threatened either.
Well, if you say so. Hey! Not like you need to apologize for me, Rose. Jeez.
Natsuki takes a breath.
The thing about...
Natsuki glances around the room.
Would everyone stop staring at me?
Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monika look away.
Humph. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all.
Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with it.
Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri.
Sayori?
Oh, I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help.
I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder.
Well, now that we're past that, get way that out of the way. Everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Rose. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing about we got a little too used to.
So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere?
No, not at all. Not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we all just relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room, so maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. What about? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun! Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori.
In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Rose, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same.
Which one?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
The neat thing to talk about with everything.
It was an experience. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job at impressing those that I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Oh yes, definitely.
You ready to take on Sans now? Filled with determination. Rose! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go.
Yay!
Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Rose, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you.
That's...
Every day is gonna be so much fun!
Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but... Really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Poem time! Okay. We'll end after the poem.
Let's see.
Wanna boop the mouse again?
Let's adventure. With cute,
Cute depression.
shiny,
Cute, shiny...
sunsets?
There's just one.
And fireflies.
Really giving a.
I'm really not trying.
Sayori over here is getting one heck of a workout.
What was the first word we chose again?
I believe it was adventure.
Anxiety.
Waterfalls. No, not waterfalls. Sunsets and fireflies.
Yes, but we're gonna be anxious about our adventure. We lust to find new things. Like socks.
Ah.
Well, I mean, we are trying to romance those along with us. Important that we. I'm not
You're
trying.
really giving Sayori a workout, friend.
This is just telling you how much like Sayori I am right now.
Dark.
Termination. Can be frightening. Well, we need to answer questions. What's out there? Follow our. If I say hard, it's gonna go to Sayori.
Pain. Follow our scars. Follow the scars.
Sparkle.
Follow the sparkle.
Oh, I would have thought that would have gone to Natsu. Okay. Dream.
Death.
Anime.
I love the anime of death.
Yeah, if we find the anime in the dark,
Vertigo. Uncontrollable massacre.
We can be a bit jumpy sometimes.
I hate when you get vertigo tears. That's the worst thing.
Yes, totally.
Entropy.
You like the entropy color?
Entropy color. Put in the comments what you think entropy color is.
Pink?
Is pink the entropy color?
I don't know. Let's find out.
What do you want to do?
We'll just do pink. What was our story about?
Adventure, waterfalls, fireflies, sunsets.
Into the dark.
Not entropy.
Answering anxious questions.
Following
sparkles.
Yeah, something like that.
And pink.
Friends.
Go friends. We can go friends.
Pink fluffy nightgown. Ambient. Extraordinary beauty. Last one. Make it count. Make it good.
Graveyard.
Okay then. Okay. And with that, before another day passes, we're gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having as much fun as we are. I am having way more fun doing the voices than I thought I would like to admit. Even though I know I'm not most consistent on all of them, they tend a little bit. But that's fine. That's normal. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching.
We'll see you all in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.